1-0. That's the goal. We took a very matter of fact approach to this one. Tried not to let our emotions get the best of us, right? And was super pleased with the defense and special teams, especially after last year. Those being areas that weren't real productive for us. So they played at a very high level. Offensively, getting the ball in his hands was a big deal. He made a lot of plays. But disappointed overall with the consistency of offense. We have a very high standard. He'll tell you this. I don't have to say it. We have an incredibly high standard offensively, and tonight we weren't even close to that. But we're carried by great special teams and great defense.
Defensively, what in particular did you like? I mean, what kind of go through what you like defensively.
Great communication. Wouldn't you agree? Guys playing together, understanding what was coming at them, playing fast, getting off blocks. Not letting adversity, we fumble the ball, put them in a bad field position spot. We've talked about it, hey, hold them to 3. They hold them to 3. Winning the downs you should win, getting them in third and tough to manage and winning those downs. Run into the football. You saw a lot of green helmets around the ball. Attacking the ball excellence, something we talk a lot about. So, really kind of it unfolded as we've seen happen in camp. We knew we were better, and we still need to get better, but the things we saw in camp, showed up tonight.
What's the message in the locker room after 38-point win? But if you cut out some of those mistakes, it honestly felt like it could have been 20, 30 more.
Yeah, that's how I felt. The message was congratulations. I mean, listen, when you go on a mission, which we did, and you accomplish the mission, you should be congratulated on it. They work really hard. I've said it all off season. I wish you could understand how hard these young men work. They're student athletes. We grind them in the football facility. We ask them to be great humans off the field. So they work really hard. So I hope game night is an expression of all that hard work. So you want to congratulate them when they pull it off, but you also want them to recognize that look how good we could be. You want to have that carrot dangling out there. And the good thing is we're recruiting kids that feel the same way. It's not like I have to convince these two or a lot of other ones that greatness is out there if you chase it hard enough. So, but the message was matter of fact. We congratulated the defense, special teams, and said there's a lot of things we need to get better at. And they were like, yeah, let's go get better. So I think we'll take a really hard look at this film. It wouldn't surprise me if we come out with some, guys who are saying, man, I could have played better. I got to grade out better there. I got to handle that better. I got to be in better shape. They will look at it and see that there's a lot of growth left, and they'll want to attack that growth. And they're excited they get a day off on Saturday, which they deserve. They haven't had one in a while, so nobody wants to get away from you guys more than me, trust me. So it'll be nice to get away, and then Sunday, mission number 2 will start, and we'll take the same approach that we took this week.
Coach, early in fall camp, you talked about having players that are coaching the players.
Yeah.
Did you see that on the field today when you started to have some adversity on offense?
I did, especially defensively. You saw guys, one, there's just no flinch. They just rolled out there and said, okay, we got a job to do, let's do it. You did see guys lining guys up, making corrections, communicating. On the sideline, there was great communication. I thought our sideline operation, with the iPads, there's a risk with the iPads that you go to the sideline and you just do too much fixing and not looking forward. And I thought our guys did a good job of fixing stuff that needed to be fixed and move on to the next series and anticipate what you could be seeing. So I enjoyed all that.
Chris, as a defense, when you start a season, especially when you're coming off a tough season, when you start a season playing a game where you don't give up a touchdown, kind of what does that do confidence-wise moving forward?
It boosts our confidence a lot. But we know, coming into the game, communication, celebrating each other on each play we made, that was going to be a big thing coming into this. And we happy we came with not allowed a touchdown, but we got to do that week after week.
Cam, after full offseason of hype, you got your assistant coaches hyping you up. You come out, I think you had 73 yards, and then our first punt return touchdown since 2013. How does that feel for you?
It feel pretty good. It's something I work for. It feel pretty good. It's something I worked for this whole off season, and I just trusted the process and trusted my blockers, and it just went off from there.
Coach opened this is for the players, talking about this matter-of-fact approach you all had coming in this game, and it really seems like this whole team has taken that on. The players, where does that approach, that leadership, that mindset come from, and what feels different about this group you have this year?
I think they're more mature. I think a lot of them are very internally motivated. They don't need a lot of hype and inspiration. I think we started just kind of, we all just accepted, we all looked ourselves in the mirror after last year, those of us that are back, and like, we don't ever want to feel that way again, so let's start with the man in the mirror first. It started with me, and I think they all took that approach. And I do believe that, we've kept the messaging pretty tight, right? Like we've talked about brotherhood, we've talked about our standard, and we really don't talk about a lot of other noise. We package that a bunch of different ways, but really we just want to lock arms and do it for one another, do it for the city of Birmingham, and then make sure that what we do every 8 seconds is reach our standard. And if you do that again and again and again, good things happen, and you don't get caught up in all the other stuff that distracts a football coach or student athlete. You just stay, the thing becomes the thing.
Trent, with Cam, I remember you talking in the past about that, he probably could have played him last year, but you decided to redshirt him. And, did you see this kind of performance from him even last year, see the capability of it?
Oh, yeah, we all saw it. It was hard, right? And we had a lot of conversations, me and him, in practice, like, hey, man, I don't want to waste this year for you. But, it was also, we had a lot of it, people at his position. And it was, they needed to play. And I don't know. I don't know what. It was hard not to play him last year after the 4 games. But he's a great kid to coach. He worked hard every day in practice. He embraced it, and we were on the same page. I made a promise to him when I recruited him because, we were able to steal him from other people. And I think what you tell me if I'm wrong here, but I had a vision for what you could be. And we've done everything that we said we would do with him in terms of helping him reach his potential and build things around him. I think you were told you were too small and this and that, and all we see is one of the best playmakers in our conference. And so with him and Mari and the other talented receivers we have on our backs, this was the year we felt would best highlight his abilities.
And for you, Cam, on that note, for you, how frustrating was it? And in hindsight, how much do you think you grew during that whole experience last year?
Last year, I felt like I kind of wasn't ready, but I was ready. But I took this off season to get better and make sure I was ready to play. So I just took a big step this off season.
Yeah, let me speak on that real quick. We kept scoring everything. I told him day one of off-season training, like everything has a scoreboard. So like every lift, every Wednesday, everything, classroom stuff, attendance, mentoring, everything was tallied. And we have this really unique thing called the Blazer rating, and it has their trustable score, which is their off-field score, along with all their football metrics, and then their grades from practice. And you're looking at 2 guys that graded out as high as anybody. You know what I mean? Like all off-season, you just tallied wins in whatever. These guys were winning everything. So it's not a surprise when you have guys that take the off-season as serious as they did and try to win everything they do, that they end up winning in the football game. Shocking how that happens.
Chris, so last season you end up playing games as a true freshman. Did a pretty good job. And then in the off-season they bring in more experienced players. Did that make you feel any sort of way? Did that motivate you? And then you come out, not only push through that group and start, but lead the team in tackling.
No, it definitely motivates me, man. Last year, I feel like I got to help the team out more, and then just coming into the next offseason, I just knew I had to prepare like no other, man, and build my confidence up, prepare my body, prepare my mind for this season. I just took that to the next level this offseason.
Anything else? All right.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.